I have a beautiful idea to share with you. I was so inspired the other day. I was sitting at my home office and I try to create a home office that is very, very inspiring because I'm sitting there writing and, you know, life is short. You may as well allow yourself to have beautiful things around you all the time. So I looked down and I was looking at this wonderful paperweight that I had created. And I knew that this was a project that you guys would love, and it's such a cool, easy, quick project to recreate. So the one that I actually keep on my home office desk is this one right here, and this is basically just some artwork from our studio, and I did a color copy of it. And this glass that you're looking at right here is just a paperweight. It's just a clear glass paperweight. This is what it looks like when it doesn't actually have any wonderful little goodness underneath it. And I wanted to show you this one too in a totally different color so you could get the idea of it. These have gold leaf on the back of them. What you need to do is kind of keep your eyes open for some beautiful pages from magazines, or, you know, if you have old postcards, you know, these would be absolutely beautiful to Xerox or use as they are. If you don't care about cutting them up, you could absolutely do that. I even love the idea of, and you know, just to test it out, just kind of put your paperweight over it and move it around until you find the thing that you're interested in zeroing in on. The other thing that you could put underneath these is a wonderful photo, you know, your dog, your kids, whomever it is you want to look at. Or if you want to give this as a gift, it's just a really wonderful, special thing to do. This is so adorable. I'm going to show you how simple this is going to be. I'm basically going to zero in on the area that I want to get, and I just do a simple little line around it, and you're not going to end up seeing this anyway. So now I can see my line. I'm just going to cut it out. So there's my circle. Now, while I have my handy circle available, I'm just going to cut the felt while I'm at it because, you know, no point in tracing around this glass piece again. So just really simply, you know, make your felt circle, just trace around it with a pencil. So basically what we'll do is I'm going to glue this on, and I'll show you how I go with it, and then this will go on the back of it, and this will protect the back side of it, so when you're sliding around your desk or whoever you give it to, they don't have to worry about any scratching or anything. So in order to put this onto the back, all I'm going to use is Mod Podge. And you know, you remember Mod Podge, right? It's just like sticky, runny, gluey kind of stuff. And I'm just going to wipe it right on here very, very quickly. And I'm also just going to do, so I'm just going to do a quick layer like that. Now this stuff looks, you're going to think, what on earth? It's all, you know, you can't see the picture anymore, but actually what happens is it dries clear. So don't panic if you feel like you got the wrong pot of Mod Podge. And you know, this is the greatest stuff to have around anyways. You're going to end up Mod Podging so much stuff. It's really fun to use. Okay, so you can see right now that this looks, like I said, it looks kind of cloudy, if you can see it, and it's going to, that's okay. Don't worry about that. You haven't ruined your project at this point. It will dry perfectly clear. It's like a miracle glue. Okay, so then in order to put this on the back, I'm not going to use Mod Podge on this. What I'm going to use is just a spray adhesive. And spray adhesive is exactly that. It just comes in a can, you know, regular spray can, and it's pretty strong smelling stuff, and it's extremely sticky. So when you use it, make sure, you know, you've got some good ventilation happening. And all I'm going to do is basically just spray it. I put a fair amount on it. Then all I do is basically make sure that I've got this thing perfectly positioned. I gently pick it up. See how that works? So fancy, fancy. And then just kind of press it down. Again, if you didn't want to use felt here, well, you can use felt, of course, because it comes in like a gazillion different colors. If you don't want to, you know, use gold leaf or silver leaf. You can find that at craft stores. It comes in like little sheets, or, you know, it's also cool if you want to use newspaper on the back for kind of a more, you know, funky, cool look. So this is basically done. Now all that has to happen is it has to dry. This is such a cool project. I'll show you it in just a second when it dries, but yeah, it's almost, it'll be there. It'll probably take it, you know, anywhere from maybe 45 minutes to an hour or so to dry, and just kind of look at it. But basically, your project is done at this point. So my paperweight is perfectly dry now, so you can see, you know, I told you that the picture was a little bit smudgy and you couldn't really see it, but now that it's dry, it's entirely clear, crystal clear. So, of course, you know me enough by now, I'm gonna push it one little step further. Can't leave well enough alone. So I thought to make this extra, extra special, I would add one little layer on top of it. So, you know, in my Rat Pack stash, I keep, I'll show you all these neat little pins and different things like this. Some of these are vintage. You know, I try to find different, if I come across like little funky pins that are broken, or, you know, funky little buttons or whatever, I just kind of keep my eyes open for this sort of thing. And, you know, I turn them into little embellishments. So for this little gem, I think it would be really pretty to add this big one here. I have this one as well, which is, but I love this big one. I love how it kind of throws the scale off on the whole thing and makes it just that much more Frenchy and funky. And then I have this little one. This is actually a barrette that was my niece's, and it's kind of broken a little bit, but don't toss those broken things. So I'm going to sort of glue these two on, and I'm just essentially going to just glob some glue on here, and I'm going to put a little bit on there. So I need a lot of glue because I want to make sure that it really, you know, kind of stays on there. And I like that it's kind of at a little bit of an angle like that. I think that's really kind of pretty. You could make it flat or whatever. This actually had a little barrette backing on it, and I kept it on there because I knew it would help me tip it up a little bit. But if you don't want to keep that kind of thing on, just nip those off. They're really, really easy to break off because this stuff is generally kind of cheaply made, so you can really easily manipulate it. And then this little one I already ripped off. It was a little barrette as well, so I just I ripped that off, and I'm just going to gob a bunch of glue onto it, and I'm just going to sort of sneak it right under there like that. And oops. And yeah, I kind of like where those are positioned. Now look how absolutely smashing that little gem is. Looks like we were at Portobello Road going shopping together, and we found this. Like, it's a little antique. And this is so pretty. I mean, I may just have to keep this one and put it on my red desk. And I just want you to always think about this kind of thing. Surround yourself with loveliness, because it's little tiny things like this that allow anything you're doing. For me, sitting at my home office, having beautiful things around me, that's what I want to do. So I do try to surround myself with loveliness.